Hey everybody, how's everybody doing today? Hope everybody's having a great day, wonderful day, or had a great wonderful day. For me, it's been a pretty warm day.
We've been really busy today.
I guess warm is actually just downplaying the lot. It's been hot. Whew. And busy.
Very busy today. We've been doing, this weekend's just been non-stop for us.
Pretty much. Oh yeah. We've got our one little project that we're working on for some new and exciting tenants on the property coming up. And I'm gonna show you how I'm going to fix in using the Polytape electric tape to give a little power basically for training purposes. So it's going to go on the inside of the fenced area that we made, and it's just there just to kind of teach them because they're supposed to be pretty smart critters. And kind of like the donkey. Donkey touches the fence once and he doesn't get within 2 feet of it now. So we don't need much, so it's not going to be much, but I'll show you some of the components that I use that I found out to be pretty handy, and showing you how actually I have my poultry knitting that I'm actually kind of encasing this into, and showing you how I'm going to actually tie it into that poultry netting, and some do's and don'ts that I found out the last time I did it also. So.
Yes, and so this is going to be an electric poly fence inside of
A regular fence.
A regular
fence, and the other fence is just there so that they can see that and know that they really can't get through it, or in case if they just go, hey, I don't care about this electric, I can take it, they still can't get out. So.
And all of that is going to be inside of our big electric fenced in area. For training purposes, it'll be triple protection, their training electric fence,
the regular fence
inside of our poultry netting fence.
And then Steve.
And then we have Steve.
Yeah, so.
But once they're trained to it, we'll pull up the regular fence extend their space, and it should work out great. Stay tuned for what those critters are if you haven't guessed already. And we're going to get started because they're going to be here soon.
Yeah, they're going to be here soon.
In like a week, yeah.
Yeah, so we're excited. Oh, yes. All right, let's get going on this. This poly fence, Polytape. I've got the 1-inch kind. Re-rolled it on another roll. I love the stuff. Mainly, I really like it because of the visibility. To me, I can see it, and for Shauna, she can see it because if we just use a regular thin wire, you know how many times I'd have to hear her gripe that she got zapped? Just saying.
He's not lying.
But anyway, I love it. It's visibility because I can see it real well, and to me, that means the animals can see that strip going across. They may not see the color of it, but they'll see that wider strip, and when they hit it, they'll know, oh wait, I don't want to do that.
Don't touch that.
Yeah, because
Steve,
our donkey, he was just right here.
He's way over there.
Oh well. He's super smart. He hit the fence one time, and he stays away from it. And now, all we have to do is run this tape like across where we've got our rabbits at right now, because we've got them temporarily closed in also with Steve because he's been doing a great job at protecting. All we do is run this in front of that little area. He never goes near it.
It's not hooked up.
It's not even hooked up to power. It's just that he can see this. So I know that they know what this wide strip means because he sees it. Matter of fact, he was going back around there to go get into their feeders, and because I'd walked away, and he was darting back over there, and he almost slid because he saw that and he went, stopped. But anyway, I'm rambling.
Let me show you a close-up. If you've never used Polytape before, it's going to be,
I don't know if you can see
so hard to see these wires. So there's little fine wires that come through here. So
yeah, there's like,
they're real fine.
They're real fine.
Flexible.
1, 2, there's probably 7 at least. This is now this stuff is the economy, I guess you'd say, the lower brand of it. They do make another kind that's even a thicker, with a little thicker wire in there, and thicker poly, plastic through it.
It all works the same.
It's got a longer warranty. We got this stuff, of course, you know me, got it used, good deal, cheap. And I've reused this, used this many a times, lasted up, well, about 4 years now for sure. So, and I've rolled it up and unrolled it. So.
It works great. It holds up. It's durable.
Yeah. Now, these are some little connectors. There's about 25 in a bag. They run what, about $8 or so, I think, a bag or something like that. Well, unless
not for us.
Unless you're us. And we get really lucky going to Lowe's, I think it was.
It was Lowe's after gardening season.
Something like that. I don't know. 25 in a bag. I got them for a quarter a bag, so it's a penny a piece. I thought that was a pretty good deal. Decided to stick them, get with them. And then
we got to sell on those too.
Yeah, well, it was a regular sale though, not clearance. But these are pretty nice. It's got a threaded end on them. Oh, let me go a little closer. It's got a threaded end to where you got a little connection that threads onto it, and then it's made for the tape to go right in there. And it can do up to the 2-inch style. This is the 1-inch. And then these are the rods. It's just a straight fiberglass rod, tractor supply. You get them on sale every once in a while. I think they'll go on sale for like $1. That's when we pick them up. Or no. Yeah, I think they went on sale, and then of course I had like 10% off or something. So, but they're really easy. You slide them on, and these are nice because you can adjust to any size length you need.
Which is important for what we're doing.
And then you just screw it on there, and it'll.
Don't over tighten.
Stay on there. Don't over tighten it, because you might probably break plastic. I haven't done it yet, luckily.
Give them time.
Yeah, give me time. I'll do it. But they're nice because you can adjust how you want them. And for us, we only need one really right now, but we're gonna put 2.
We're gonna keep 2
because I'm just overcautious, and I'd rather be overcautious than undercautious.
So let's show you how easy.
Real easy. First of all, I've just got. And the nice thing about this is pretty much you can eyeball this stuff because you can pretty much stretch that tape about 16 feet in between posts. Or probably more if you wanted to, depending on how you got something anchored to the other end to be able to tighten it to. So, here's our little makeshift gate we've had for a few years. We're using it. Comes in handy. And this is just our outer fence to keep what we're training. If you probably haven't guessed already, but you'll probably guess here pretty soon. But we've got the gate to come open in, just in case. That way we can push back what we need to. Plus, it's going to give us a chance. We're going to start our post basically right on the outlet so that we can walk in and then we can just step over the wire when we put it here. So we're gonna put these a couple, a few inches off of the fence. And we're going to have it to where when we open, we'll know if it's not really working, because if what we're keeping in is in this area in between, well then obviously we know it didn't work very well and we'll have to readjust. But we're hoping that's going to work that way. So I'm just going to kind of place out my poles here a little bit. I don't know where those two are going to go. I'm going to go ahead and show you how I'm actually going to power this without using another charger or anything like that, because the charger I do have, or Energizer, I believe it's correct. Correct me if I'm wrong, if you know. I believe it's the Energizer that energizes your electric fence. I'm actually going to tie this onto my netting fence, and then that will give this the power it needs. So let's go down to the other end. Make sure before you do it, unplug it, turn the switch off on it, or for me, luckily my wife will always test it. Can you please touch the fence real quick, make sure it's off? I'm not getting much of a response there. She normally does it.
No, she doesn't. But
Anyway,
I know it's off.
Make sure that it's off because, you know, you don't want to be getting zapped while you're playing with it. Our fence is at Premier One fencing, and we got it real cheap. And I was really happy when we got this because this is a chicken wire one. I mean, yeah, it got damaged a little bit, but these aren't hot that go up, which is nice. These are the hot lines right here. So all these wires that run parallel all come back to one big group here that run all the way up, that keep everything connected, and then they connect, the fences connect together like so. So what I'm going to do is, since I've got a nice tight run here of all these wires put together, I'm going to wrap this because it'll get the connection. But I will tell you this, when I'm going to put this around here to connect it, I'm going to put it on real tight, because the last time I kind of like had some excess laying around, it was kind of connected to the fence. If you get too much of a space between your Polytape, the Polytape, and it's got too much of a space, it'll start arcing between it and actually melting it, burning it out. So you don't want to do that. So my suggestion is wrap it real tight around the big group of wires coming down, because you won't get as much power coming through just one single line. So what I'm doing is getting the most power out of wrapping out around multiple. I'm just going to bring some back so that I can wrap it around here multiple times and get it good and tight, and just basically tie it in a knot, in a sense. I haven't actually found a connector for it. And then my little excess, I'm going to re-tie that around, because you want it to be snug.
Or do we need to trim that?
Nah. And don't have a lot sticking out the other end, so that you don't get any arcing. Alright, so got my little clip. I already put the little screw part on the back of it. I've already got it kind of screwed on here. I guess you don't have to do that. And then make sure when you're using these kind, it opens to the top, because this can actually lock it into place.
Maybe. It does.
Like so. So going down, you just don't want the accidentally of this coming open and it coming out. Just slide it over. And then you can take your tape and lock it into where you want to go. It's got like another little catch. And that way you can bring down. We're thinking 6 inches off the ground.
That looks good.
About right there. Where we're going
for the first strand.
For our first strand. And as you notice inside here, it kind of comes to a U-V shape, so that when you tighten it down, it really tightens up on this round part. So tighten it over. There we go. And see, that way now I can pull this, catch it up in there. There we go. The nice thing about using just this solid straight pole with these little clips that I've noticed is you can pull it tight and you can see exactly how kind of far you want it off, so you need to adjust between poles. You know, I like the pre-made ones too. They work great on flat surface, but since we are kind of angled and bumpy through here, this works really great. And I know you can get these to clip onto T-posts and all kinds of stuff. What I did was I ran the fence behind this tree. I'm running my electric in front of the tree because I want to leave some spaces here and there, because I want to make sure to see if the electric fence is working the way it's supposed to, or the tape is, for what we're keeping in or training on. Because if we see them obviously in between, it's either not working or maybe they got stuck, which then we can see if that happens again. But it's nice because you can just, you know, pull your tape out and just go down your line. And you can adjust and put your fence where you kind of want to put it, you know, anywhere as you're going down. Move your poles in closer, further away, that kind of thing. Okay, so made it all the way around, just putting it just that little bit above the ground. I put me a clip right on top of this one because I'm just going to keep this feeding all the way. But this way I'm going to just run it in like a big loop and make the 2 strands that way. And I'll end it up attached to this one. Huh. Wasn't that big of an area, I thought. Of course, there wasn't much on this little bitty roll. But, no problem. Just stick it together. Well, it's like still a couple of ways. I can take another piece, tighten a good tight knot. Works great too. Cheapest way, I guess the prettier looking way, and I guess the way the fence is designed to do, is I can show you a little splicing connector that can hook up this with another piece. So, let me poof up to the shop real quick and I'll be right back. Alrighty, so got me some more. This is the other end, this is the end I was working on. This is the connector clip. It's just 2 pieces, it's a like square piece. Goes back and forth. This is a 1/2 inch. They do make 1/2 inch. I have 1 inch. You can see that that's not going to properly fit the way it's supposed to work. But I'll show you because I got these on a sale. So I just fold it in half, and that makes a 1/2 inch. And all you do is you've got, you know, you'll make a gap in the gap on the side, gap in the middle, gap on the other end. You just run that right through the middle and then back the way you're going. In my case, is that direction. Pull it over and then pull it tight. And then on the other side, you do the same thing. You go through the middle again and then back in the direction that you're going, and then pull that tight, and then ta-da, good tight bond so that all the wires are touching. They're touching on this metal, which is a conductor, and it's good and super tight. So I've got both my strands done. Takes no time at all to do. So I've got to my end. So I'm just gonna come off of it a little bit. And it's really easy to cut. And then do it tight around so that you don't get that good arcing on itself. And voila! So we have power that we're connecting into here, tying off into, and it just runs a big loop, circle, all the way back around to the end. So, you know, these are the ones I use. They're just a thin, you know, fiberglass pole. Not even 1/2 inch, probably 7/16, maybe. Could be 1/2 inch. These are the ones that when I bought, there was a couple of energizers, a bunch of that tape, and I got a bunch of these poles. Good deal on them. So They're kind of universal. They've got one side's got to where you can put 2-inch tape in it, and then this other side is where you can just put either the rope, or because they make
poly rope,
like a poly rope that's kind of supposed to be just like the wire. Like I said, I like using this tape because I can see it better, and I'm pretty sure the animals can see it a lot better than using either the rope or the wire. But you can put the rope or wire through one side, or if you had tape, you can put through side. And you've got a nice little step down spike on them, and it's got 4 already pre-made deals in it. But for us, using this, we wanted it a little lower than this gap that's at the bottom. This pre-made one like this, it's the same rod as this. It's just these have these black stuck-on things already there. Yeah, that's the sad thing, is you can't move those up and down. They're stuck there. So. Well, we're hoping this little training area is going to work great for our new companions coming. Of course, if you have any more questions, comments, gripes, complaints, praises, I'll take those too. Tips and tricks, just leave them all down below if you wouldn't mind. I sure would appreciate that. And of course, you know, share what we're doing. We like bringing it to everybody. So y'all have a great and wonderful one out there. Y'all be careful. Can't wait to see y'all till next time. Later.